Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. Excuse me. For the time of this video, I'm going to do a movie that I just saw this past weekend. It's actually a recent movie, so some of you could complain that we're doing older movies. I'm not going to complain with this one. I'm going to be discussing the film Silver Linings Playbook. So Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, and Robert De Niro. And of course, this is the movie that Jennifer Lawrence won the Oscar for, and she beat out Jessica Chastain, the best actress in the movie. Because Jessica Chastain, that was the year that Zero Dark 3 came out, and instead of giving the Academy Award for appropriately so to Jessica Chastain, they gave it to Jennifer Lawrence, and they shouldn't have. I want to get into it in a minute. Because this movie, for those of you who don't know, Bradley Cooper plays a guy named Patrick who gets out of an insane asylum after being in there for 8.5 months. And he's trying to get his life back together and trying to reconnect with his estranged wife. And of course, he's forced to live in the house with his parents as part of the plea agreement. And one of his parents played with Robert De Niro, who was obsessed with the Philadelphia Eagles, because his movie was supposed to be in Philadelphia. And of course, it's always betting on him all the time and doing all these crazy bets with a neighbor to get money to open a restaurant or something. And of course, he wants his son, since now his son is home, to sit with him and watch the games, wear an Eagles jersey. And personally, I think Robert De Niro was the one who should have been locked up for 8.5 months, or his character should have been, because I think that all football fans are fucking crazy. I have to say it, my father included, because they are nuts. They support a sport who has rapists in it. Ben Roethlisberger, who's nothing but a rapist. You have guys like Ray Lewis, who became his soon-to-be wife. You had another guy playing the Ravens who was involved in the murder during the Super Bowl weekend. You have killers like O.J. Simpson. You have another rapist in Lawrence Taylor and a drug user. And plus all the Bengals. So anybody who supports this sport should be in a mental hospital for the rest of their lives. Anybody who supports this sport. Including the Robert De Niro character in this movie. So the Bradley Cooper character says he had enough of this stuff and he starts running all the time. And one of his neighbors and friends says, "Oh, when you come in tonight and meet our friend Tiffany," played by Jennifer Lawrence, who also had well, not mental problems, but she was pushy about everything and lost her husband. Her husband was killed in a car accident. So they have some tragedy in their lives, and the reason why the Bradley Cooper character was in the mental hospital was the fact that one day, where he's supposed to be a substitute teacher, and he came home early from work, and he caught his wife having sex in the shower with a colleague, with one of her colleagues. So he goes nuts, beats the crap out of this guy. And instead of going to jail for assault, for assaulting the guy, he goes to a insane asylum for 8.5 months, and says that, instead of being, assaulting the guy who's having an affair with his wife, saying that he's bipolar. All the stupid psychiatrists have to put their 2 cents in, and it says that this guy, Pat is with bipolar. He did what he did because he's bipolar. Not because there was a guy having sex with his wife and he went nuts to beat the shit out of the guy, because he's bipolar. Which, drives me up the freaking wall. That anytime when somebody does beat up the guy or woman, whatever the case may be, who was having, let's say if a woman beats up the woman who was having sex with her husband, he gets diagnosed with bipolar, or in this case gets or a guy beats up the guy he's having sex with his wife, he gets diagnosed with bipolar. So that's what happened in this film. And he was in the hospital for 8.5 months for it. He gets fired from his job. His wife has a restraining order on him. And so that's why he has to live in his parents' house. And it was really ridiculous. And then of course you get into the story where he's not doing the thing his father wants, and that's watch the stupid football games every Sunday, which I don't do. I don't watch football on Sundays at all. I don't watch any football game at all. None of them. Because football's a waste of time. So waste of time to even bother watching. So he out jogging and he starts over a relationship with Bob with Jennifer Lawrence's character Tiffany, and then Tiffany says, "Hey, guy like that, why don't I help you try and get in touch with your wife? And for you to do that, why don't you help me with this dance competition? Be my dance partner." So I said, "I don't really dance. I don't know how to dance." I said, "Don't worry. I help. I teach you and we work out or practice and get in this competition." And he reluctantly agrees, and then eventually she agrees to send a letter to his wife, and his wife decides. First, they decide to fake him out, and his wife's going to be there. And then they said, "No, it's a lie." And then they found out that my was really coming. And after the competition, and they made this big bet. Robert De Niro character made this big bet with his other bookie. There's, if your son gets a 5, or at least a 5, in the other game, when the Eagles game, last game of the season, and give you the money for your restaurant. So it's alright. So of course, guess what happens? They do get a 5 because they didn't do it that great. Then they get the money, and the Eagles win the stupid game, and then they had this crazy reason why they won, and the way the Eagles won and all that stuff. I mean, it's so stupid. But the point I did like was Jennifer Lawrence and the Bradley Cooper character do hook up at the end of the film. Big surprise, because the wife was there, or Bradley Cooper's wife was there, and explained to him. It looked like they broke up at the end, and then he finds out that declares his love for Jennifer Lawrence character, and that's pretty much how the movie ends. And I do remember at the time that this movie got rave reviews, and I saw this movie and figured, it was more of an interesting story of how, and they kept it up with a story about how he's trying to reconnect with his ex-wife, trying to get his life back together. If he did more stuff with that story, and forget all the football garbage that was in it, the parents trying to help him reconnect with his wife, and this Jennifer Lawrence character to help out as well, then it would have been a bad story for me. Or a bad movie for me. I would have liked it more. But since they went into the direction that they did, I didn't like it. And also, the title of the movie was Silver Linings Playbook. There's no playbook in this movie. The silver lining is that the Bradley Cooper character is trying to find the silver lining in everything. And so there was his playbook, his plan. And that was crazy as well. We're getting back to Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know why, in God's name, that she won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Not for Best Actress, over Jessica Chastain. The only reason why that is the fact that no one Oscar award wanted to vote for the movie Zero Dark 30 because of the torture scenes. This only took place within the first 20 minutes of the film. I mean, it wasn't throughout. I mean, the movie is about 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and the first 15-20 minutes you had the quote-unquote torture scenes, and then the rest of the movie you didn't. So they only made a big deal of the first 20 minutes, and it was ridiculous. And I don't know how they picked Jennifer Lawrence over Jessica Chastain. Other than the fact that she was the hot new coming actress with all those stupid Hunger Game movies and all that stuff, so they gave it to her. I mean, they've Oscar awards for the stupidest reasons why they pick one actress over another. It was really, really stupid. I mean, I don't see. I'm not saying that Jennifer Lawrence was good in the part. I'm not saying the movie wasn't god awful. It's just that I don't see why she won over Jessica Chastain. I mean, I don't see it. But the movie itself is lousy. I mean, it's good. I mean, it had a story. I mean, it was decent, but not over the top great like the stupid critics were saying. Because I don't go by what the critics are saying. I go by what I think of the movie. So, oh, this movie's supposed to be great. So, okay, let's see how good it really is, and it was good but not great. I mean, it's watchable. It is a watchable movie, but I just didn't like the Robert De Niro's character was such a waste. And this is a guy who was so good back in the 70s and the early part of his career, with Taxi Driver and Goodfellas and the Cape Fear remake, and now he's doing these god awful movies, and he had these god awful roles, and this is another lousy role that Robert De Niro's had. And I didn't like his character in the film. He's obsessed with football, and my father is. He's obsessed with watching rapists on television, which is football players are. Rapists, murderers, wife beaters on television. That's why he said anybody watching that sport, you're advocating that stuff. That's my little man. Because you are advocating that behavior. Constantly watching the NFL and college week after week after week. You're advocating that behavior. Right? But by watching that shit and going to fantasy football, and that's what I call it, fantasy crapball, and watching the stupid NFL and watching the stupid Super Bowl every week, every year, over 100 million people watch that. I'm not one of them. I don't watch anything but the NFL because that's how much I hate it. Because it screws up the Sunday night programs every week. That's why I don't watch it. And this movie advocates the behavior of crazy football fans and the gambling behind it. And so that's what this movie advocated. And because of that, that's probably why, because of all the football elements, that's probably why Jennifer Lawrence won the Oscar over Jessica Chastain, because of the torture stuff and the football added in for extra effect. So for me, man, I mean, it's a watchable movie, but I don't feel that it's as great as what the critics said it was. It's a mediocre film, at best. Or should I say, at worst. Let me correct myself. It's a watchable movie at worst. Great? No. But watchable, yes. So let me review of Silver Linings Playbook. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.